All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the official episode 1 of Embracing the Chaos. I'm Mason.
I'm Ben.
I'm Brad.
I'm Matt.
Josh.
And we are here to actually maybe get a real episode going instead of a trailer. So,
Let's go. So here we are.
Here we are. How's everybody doing today?
Doing all right, man. Sitting here Friday night with the boys. Stoked about it. I'm gonna stop talking now. Somebody else go.
Would you say that you're sitting here drinking beer, talking God? Amen.
Oh my God.
No.
Who is that? Chase Rice?
That's somebody. Fuck, I don't know.
It's one of them.
Ray Rice.
Mason, you could just irritate us now because we have our chance to get revenge later on.
We're not joining
Let's go.
the boxing world yet.
Let's go to Brad. Brad, how are you feeling today, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm still slightly irritated that Ben didn't show his glass and he's got a metal turbis.
Wow.
Can't show the drink if you don't have it crystal clear.
Hey,
So-
facts.
But
Yeah,
mine's
it's
also
just
not
like
clear,
water.
but my garnish is cooler than yours. So.
That is true. You actually did effort on your garnish. So
My garnish is currently not.
Still wrapped.
I'm just, I'm just pulling it out of the.
I'm just eating some chocolate.
Since we're
Well,
talking about garnish, Mason, are you going to introduce the drink of the week?
Yeah, okay. Well, first off, before we do that, we're going to rediscuss what the drink of the week is, as this is our new first episode.
Yes.
So, basically, every week of the month, I know there's 5 of us, so this probably is not going to go along the time frame that we set, but each person is going to make a drink with a certain alcohol that is decided at the beginning of the month. So this month, or I guess last month into this month, we decided on vodka. So, with that being said, this week we did 2 shots of vodka, and then equal parts Red Bull and cranberry juice. And then I said to garnish with chocolate. And as you guys saw before it fell off when I put it down, I had my little Hershey bar. I've got organic chocolate. I don't know what all of you got, but
I have milk chocolate, still wrapped in the package, not on my cup.
lame.
That makes
we
2
forgot
of
to
us.
mention Mason's going vegan, so he's really caring about what kind of chocolate he's eating now.
Yeah, that's
Also,
that's,
Mason,
yeah.
can you show your glass as well, please? See, I'm not the only one that doesn't have a clear glass.
That's true, but he put effort in the garnish, so let him pass.
It's also a solo cup, so at least he's.
It's not red, though.
I was
No,
gonna
true.
say it's not a red Solo cup.
It's not. We had leftovers from New Year's, so because some people didn't join us.
Who are you trying to at, Mason?
I don't know.
Who are you trying to at right now?
I think it's the 2 people who weren't at New Year's.
Could be.
I don't know about y'all. I was getting lit on New Year's, so
So were we.
So were we.
At my house.
Yeah.
I was in New York.
Okay, well.
so Ben wins.
The only thing that really stuck out from New Year's to me is the ices that Josh and his girlfriend put in.
What?
The random time.
That's true.
So Josh has a keen ability to find the worst possible ice spots. So for New Year's, Mason has kind of an unfinished basement that he has in his house. And they somehow managed to put it in the air vent so that it was sticking out just enough so someone who looks up would see it. And I just remember sitting there and going, I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed.
Boys, round of applause. I feel like that's a round of applause.
Hold on, I got a question.
Wow, that's a good one right there.
How,
next
Brad,
to
how did you end up looking up there? Did
It's
he
a
mention
low
something?
ceiling.
I was gonna say,
No.
Brad's 7 foot tall. He just
Literally
looks
Yeah,
tied
straight.
that's fair.
over him. He stared at it. He said, "Ah, shit."
Yeah, it was not a good night because of that. I remember seeing that and going, well, I'm in danger.
That night
I
was
guess-
dangerous for everybody.
My favorite
Yeah, it was-
one was the one that I put on the sink downstairs and put the toilet paper on top of it to
That
hide
That
it.
was
that was
Bradley, remember I hid one in my shower in Louisville?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I guess our story time is just going to be different times where we iced each other. Yep. So
This could be a good time to segue into the new story, since the intros and drink of the week kind of flew past. This next segment will not fly past because we're all pretty big storytellers, and we have lots to share. So, new segment, story time. So who's opening it up, Brad?
I think Ben should kind of talk about our rivalry we've had going on the last 9 months, year.
Oh man, it's been about a year. I forgot which one was the first one though that you got me with.
Was it
that
the
one? I think it was the one with Townsy that started off. So, what is it? Almost all of us had extra-mate of Townsy. There's three of us?
Yep.
Our extra-mate Townsy and Brad were. I forgot what was it. Was it 4th of December, or was it just random in the middle of the week?
It was the January birthday party.
The January birthday party. So on top of that, we had a birthday party for all of the babies in January. There's at least 10 to 12 of us within the friend group. 2, 3, 4 of them are here right now. So we were getting ready for that, and Townsy and Brad were out grocery shopping or something. I don't remember what you guys were doing, but Townsy was in the ROTC. So he made up an ROTC excuse for me to go out to the door. He's like, I'm expecting something. Go grab it and, bring it inside for me. So I walk out there and I'm like, what are you talking about? And I look down. I'm like, God damn it. And then I don't know if I knew if Brad was with. I don't know if Brad, if you were there at the time or not. Like, I didn't know if you were with Townsy or if it was just Townsy who did it.
So originally I was trying to ice him, but he was out of the house. So I called him. I was like, hey, come out front. I'm here to see you. And I was waiting in the car to see his reaction to it. And then he said, I'm not home right now. I'm like, well, is someone home? He's like, yeah, Ben is. So I was like,
perfect.
All right. Well, can you call Ben and let him know to come outside?
Yeah. And ever since then, we've been. He's got the best of me. That's for damn sure. You've got the best of me for most ices, but I've got you a couple good times.
Yep, you've had a couple good moments. The Louisville one was definitely a good one. I was tired. I had played some Ultimate, and there was no doubt I was going to shower. So of course there was one in the shower, and I think the way to describe our rivalry is to kind of describe how Josh has 100% got the best of me with some of the most wild ices. So if you want to kind of talk about some of the crazy ones you've had out there.
Well, I mean, it started a while back whenever you told me to step it up because I think you had originally started all of the icing in the house. And so at one point, Matt and I had just been like, yeah, let's ice Brad. So then I was just hanging around the corner at one point holding it for you. So you were like, step it up. And I was like, okay, what can I do? So the very next day, I was like, all right, where's the duct tape? So that was the day that I ended up duct taping an ice to your door. And I used a shit ton of duct tape.
You did. I was impressed. It was at least half a roll of duct tape. That's not even a lie.
For sure. That was probably my favorite one of all. What was it? Didn't I?
I got another good one that we got Brad with.
I was going to say, I was hoping at least one other one would come up.
Oh, I got a really
Saran wrapping the toilet and
that was the other one.
Yep, that was my good
the toilet and then put the ice on top and then both toilet seats were down. That way it wasn't like peeking up a little too much.
Well,
that was you and Townsy, wasn't it, Matt?
Yeah. That was, and we knew that Brad was a toilet seat down kind of guy, so we were like, all right, if we're gonna make this convincing, we got to do it in a way where both toilet seats are down so he doesn't suspect anything's happening. So we line it up. We measure. I don't know if you know this. We measure the bottle and we measure the toilet seat. So we're like, okay, can we make this work?
I didn't know that part.
Oh yeah, no. there was some time and effort put into that one. We were like, all right, let's go. So we do it, and we lined it up, and we put it in the perfect spot. Sure enough, both lids closed. Both the seat and the lid closed, and we're like, well, he's done. He's dead. There's no way he's going to suspect this one. Sure enough, he goes up to use the bathroom. We follow. We go. So Brad lived upstairs. Townsy and I are downstairs. As soon as he goes upstairs, Townsy and I go to the foot of the stairs. We hear him go into the bathroom, open the lid, and we just get here, God damn it! And we lost our shit. It was the best. That was the best one for me, hands down. That was the greatest one. Although, the boys that created the chandeliers, you guys should talk about that one, because that sucked.
You mean
the landmines?
The landmines.
Matt, the one that you had in your room and gave to Townsy?
Yeah.
So like 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Yeah. Townsy did.
Yeah, because Matt had let that sit for like 2 years. And
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, hey, Matt, since you're not going to drink this at all, how about we give it to somebody who will? And there were like 3 left, and Townsy was right around the corner.
It was too easy. That.
So what's the story on that one?
Down the middle.
So I saw it on TikTok or something, and I was like, "Hey, Josh, you want to go fuck the other two?"
Yeah.
You know, and so it was right before we were going to Nashville.
Yeah.
And so we duct taped 5 ices together in the shape of a landmine. You put 1 in the center and you put 4 around it, you know, and you set it in like a box or, you know, something. So when they grab it, they grab that 1, they lift it up, the whole thing comes with it. And then they're like, oh, fuck. And you get hit with 5.
You basically get hit with 5 at once, and it's brutal.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Itch out of it.
Well, Matt, you wouldn't know if it's brutal because you never drank them.
You're right. I feel like in that sense, I was the smarter of the two, because from what I remember, you were miserable after doing it.
That's true. I had a paper I had to write.
Yeah.
So I already knew I was going to be pulling an all-nighter and just sleeping in the car.
And
So I was
then
like, this is going to be my reward. I'm going to chug all of these after I finish this paper. And I think I'd spent about 3 hours, and then I had to stay up to finish those.
And then we all went to Nashville.
Yeah. There's a lot. Hey, you know what? Honestly, there's a lot of stories you can get from that trip alone. Ben didn't go to Nashville. The 4 of us did, though.
Yeah.
Actually, I got my glass from that axe throwing place that I'm using right now.
Oh,
So
nice.
I got one from the Davidson in Nashville.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I got my shot glass from Louisville.
Oh, aren't
I got my solo cup from Meyer.
I've got my Bud Light bottle from my fridge.
Yeah,
I got my bottles too from Kroger. Because Walmart can't sell alcohol.
Josiah is playing Sea of Thieves. I just got a notification.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you didn't get any other notifications from like Cumshot69 or something on.
No, it was Phantom Duck something, whatever his name. Phantom Duck 88. That's his name. You guys. I haven't shown you guys these, but Josiah got me some dice for while we're playing D&D.
Okay.
And they have little rubber ducks inside them.
Aw.
nice.
That's nice.
So you can nerd out, but make it duck themed.
But make it duck themed.
You know what? Honestly, I'm actually curious to hear from the baby of the bunch. I'm curious to hear some of Ben's stories.
Yes.
I'm sure he's got a few involving us, and I'm curious.
Well, someone's got to take over for right now because I have to think of one. Unless we go back to what we talked about last week, since we didn't officially release that one.
Yeah, we could go back to that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot. Y'all missed some good stuff last week. We reminisced.
Bring it back up.
But so before we go on to that, my friend, it's Lucas's older brother, just texted me because I posted something about us doing this because I said that last week's was not suitable for viewership.
Smart. That's smart.
And so he goes, release the bloopers. And I was like,
Bro. It's all just a big blooper.
pretty much.
It is
Life
one
is a
2-hour
big-
blooper.
There's definitely a best moment in there when Mason tries to eat the nerds out of his keyboards. But yeah, outside of that, there was a lot of
All right.
garbage.
I wasn't gonna let them go to waste. All right. My keyboard's clean. I cleaned my keyboard.
Mhm.
Cleaner
Hey.
now that I ate out of it.
Hey, before we go any further, Josh, tell your girlfriend we all said thanks. I saw her story just now saying we were all adorable for doing this. So tell her from
Hi,
me.
Hunter.
Tell her from me and all of us. We all say thanks.
Hold on, we're getting injured.
Oh,
Injured.
no.
Oh, that's
Injury.
another story I could bring up.
No.
stop now.
Wait, I don't think I know this one. What is this one, Ben?
Oh, I'm sure you do. You just don't remember. I
Uh-oh.
remember it.
I got a good one about Brad here.
Can I at least be the one to tell the story?
Go right ahead. Please go right ahead.
Because you weren't even there for what happened exactly.
Yeah, because I was hungover. What was it? That wasn't homecoming. What was it? It was a major football
a
game
week
though.
Before. It was a week or two before.
Oh, I know what we're
Because
talking
we were
about. Okay.
because we were planning on going to the game, but then we did not.
Well, because everybody was hungover. Cam told me that you guys were planning on going to a tailgate. So I was like, hey, why not go do the tailgate? But I was also ready to cook some burgers that day.
And mind you, it was not even noon yet.
Oh, I do know this
It
story.
was like 11 o'clock. It was like 11 o'clock. I was getting ready to get all the burgers. And so all the burgers were frozen together. And so normally, like a normal person, I would just kind of like, smack the hamburgers against the counter and hope that they would separate. And if they wouldn't, then I would normally grab a spatula. I don't know what was going through my mind that day. I grabbed the knife. I grabbed one of the biggest knives in the house. And so I'm going on my happy way. I'm taking this 12 stack of hamburgers and hand on top, going across with the knife and like separating all of them. I get through probably half, maybe a little bit more, maybe 6, 7, 8 of the burgers. And I don't, not a single cut across. About burger number 6 or 7, I end up coming about this close to my hand. So I go across, and then all of a sudden I see swoop right underneath my hand. I'm like, well, shit, that was really damn close. Maybe I should grab a spatula. And I'm like, you know what? I'm cutting one more. What is one more patty off of this stack? I can do that without doing anything wrong.
Hashtag one more patty.
Hand on top, go across, stab inside my hand. I go, shit, fuck, sling my hand, get about like 6 spots of blood on the floor. I'm like, well, I see inside my hand. That doesn't seem okay.
Inside my hand.
See inside my hand.
And so I said, what do I grab now? And so I'm looking all over the place for something to grab. I'm like, well, there's a towel. I guess I just need to wrap it right now. I'm like, well, I'm like starting to get lightheaded and everything. And so I'm like, what do I do? And so I call Hunter. Whenever I start to call Hunter and everything, she's like, well, I'm finishing up brushing my teeth and then I'll be right over. I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. I need you to come over now. And I did not tell her.
I'm bleeding right now.
And so
Should have said, I see inside my hand.
yeah, she gets over and she's like, what did you do? And I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. Can we just go to the hospital, please? And she's like, well, can I see it? I'm like, yeah, just let me turn away real quick.
See inside your hand.
I'm like, yeah. She's like, what's it look like? And I'm like, it's a little deep, but it's not like bad. It probably went about this deep into my hand. The scar is still there a little bit. You can hardly see it, but it's like right there. But it was a good old scar. I probably had those. How long were the stitches in? 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks. Got like 3 stitches. That was a great time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh.
Well, before I tell my side of the story, from what I saw, I want to point out how adorable Nala is for setting her head over there twice.
I know.
Nala girls.
Nala.
But anyways, so from what I remember, we were like we said, we were all hungover because we were out, all night the night before, and I was in my bed. Josh comes knocking on my door, asks if I want burgers before the game. I'm like, yeah, sure. I go back to sleep, and when he went outside to call Hunter, he went outside my room. So obviously these people all know, but my room has 2 windows in it, and the behind the house and the side of the house, and my bed's right up against the wall where the side of the house window is. So I'm half asleep, and I hear him talking to Hunter about how he needs to go to the hospital. I'm like, yeah, maybe it's time for me to get up. So I went out there, see the blood on the floor, and I'm like, I guess we're not going to the game.
You weren't planning on going to the game anyway.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I love how that was Ben's first fucking reaction. There's blood on the floor. He's calling Hunter about going to the hospital. Fucking Ben. Oh,
I don't know if I actually saw you before you went to the hospital or not. Did I?
Yes, you did.
I did? Okay.
Yeah. Because I think I saw both you and Chad, and like Hunter had just showed up and everything. that was too good.
Yeah, that's good.
Josh, I only have one question.
I go to the game, huh? And I'm like, shut the fuck up, Ben.
Oh, Ben.
Josh.
And I
got one question for you.
What?
Did you actually save the burger?
Which burger? I saved like 8 burgers.
Oh,
the one that you stabbed your hand on.
Did any of them get blood on it?
Yeah.
I hope not, because I think at some point we ate all of them.
Oh, so it's all good.
We didn't even end up eating all of them. I don't even think we ate any of them, because by the time we finally decided to cook those, we were like, they were done. It was not, they were not pretty burgers in the first place, because those were sitting in the freezer for a little too long anyway.
So I guess we're not going to the game, huh? Attaboy, Ben.
Well, and I had even poured myself a full cup of alcohol. It was like Sprite and tequila, and I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. I'm like, if I'm going to the hospital, I'm at least having like 3 drinks of this real quick. I'm like, let's just hope that they aren't like, hey, were you drinking whenever you did this? No, I drank afterwards, so that
I drank after it.
As far as they can't prove it.
Dude, that would be, honestly, I could see you doing it, dude. Just be like, I wasn't drinking during, but I damn sure had a drink after I did it. Oh, good times, man.
All right, who has this story next?
Well, I thought you did. We were giving you time to think.
Well, yeah. I do. But
Go ahead.
I'll go next.
Let's go.
So,
ladies and gentlemen, the child, Benjamin. Here we go. There he is.
The child that had to take the 2 drunk idiots home one night. He knows exactly. Hey, we didn't get the full episode last time, all right?
I forgot about that. I was like, we just told this story.
No one else forgets about it.
This again now?
So, what's that?
I gotta relive this again now?
Yeah. He's gonna relive it till the day we die. It's probably gonna come up in a few episodes. Anyways, so what? Again, I don't even remember what about to chug it.
I got a big old boy.
Oh, maybe
mine's over there. Thanks for interrupting my story. Anyways,
I have to compensate, Mason.
Yeah,
I know that you don't have to. But...
I'm gonna go make another drink. Ben, go ahead. Start talking.
Okay, well, at least you know the story. So, anyways, it was just another night out drinking, as always, at our home, the Chug, which we didn't introduce at this episode, but it's all right.
Yeah.
So, we all went to Chava's afterwards, which is like that's where you get your drunk food at in Muncie, Indiana.
It's a better Chipotle.
You started talking about it, and my touch tunes popped up telling me I need to buy credits.
It's all right. I still get my free credits every week. I have like over 120 credits now. Anyways,
never gone to Chava's sober. I'm very proud of that.
I've been sober once.
Not gone to Chava's, just been sober once. Anyways, so the whole group goes to Chava's. We get in food, and at this point, Josh and Hunter were not together, and we all get done. Josh says, "You just up and leave. You didn't even say anything, did you? I think you just up and left." I'm not good at.
I don't remember.
This is where we need Matt, because I can't tell this part of the story because I wasn't really there for all of it. But anyways, so Josh up and leaves, and another friend, Micah, we all started chasing after him because we all knew where he was going. He was going to go try and find Hunter. So we all run after him and, try just to get his ass home. And this is the part where Matt needs to step in. So Micah finds Josh behind it was the Army, the National Guard building. And Matt, go ahead.
So I already know where I'm picking up. I just sat down. I already know where I'm picking up. So yeah, we go out running.
We go out running.
We weren't running, but we were anxiously walking. We were fast-paced walking. We all go our separate ways. I end up by myself, and our friend that Ben mentioned, Micah, he comes up to me and he's like, dude, I found Josh. I was like, okay, great. Where is he? And he says the best line I think I've ever heard in my life. This man looks at me and says, well, he told me his story, and I let him go. I was like, dude, do you not understand the mission? The mission was to get him and get his ass home, not let him go. He's like, well, he had a convincing story. Like, he was going there for a reason. I was like, yeah, man, go get your girl, bro. And I let him go. I was like, no.
Meanwhile, while that's happening behind the National Guard building, I went around the front side of the National Guard building, went up to the stop sign, and I saw Josh walking his way back towards campus, looking down at his phone the whole time, and I run all the way in front of him. So there was a Jimmy John's, and then there's apartments behind the Jimmy John's. I walk all the way around him. He's about at the apartments behind the Jimmy John's before you get to campus, and I just stop him. And I'm like, dude, we got to go home. He's like, no. I'm like, I'm physically pushing him back, like, turn around, we got to go home. So I walk his ass back to my truck, and I told everyone we got him, and I was driving Matt and Josh home. And for the reference, I have a two-door truck with an extended cab, and I took the seats out of the extended cab, so there's no seats back there. So I think this is where Matt needs to come in the story again.
Oh, I'm already giving a quick visual of how I felt about the whole situation. So yeah, Ben gets Josh. We're all back in the truck. Yeah, so Ben doesn't have a back seat. So I'm thinking, all right, we'll shove Josh's happy ass in the back, and he'll probably fall asleep by the time we get home. No, that's not what Josh had in mind. Ben opens the door. He blocks me from getting into shotgun, and this man looks at me drunk as hell. I can see it in his eyes. He looks at me and he goes, and he ushers me into the back. After all of the trouble he put us through, this man had the decency to usher me into the back of Ben's truck. I was livid.
Okay.
And after all that,
story is two separate parts. I had mission 1, go get Hunter, and mission 2, sit shotgun, man. Dude, I was blacked out in between the two of them.
Dude, I was pissed. I was like, no, we went through all this trouble to get this man and bring him back, and he still gets to ride shotgun on the way home. I was pissed.
Well, did you call it, Matt?
Yes! I said,
I don't remember.
But
I said, I got shotgun. I said, I got shotgun. Did Blackout Josh care? Obviously not. He said, nah, bitch. Back seat, bitch. My shotgun, bitch.
I think we need to have Blacked Out Josh on the podcast next week. So
I agree. Hey, hands up if you want to see Blackout Josh. Hey, hands up if you want to see Blackout Josh. Hey, majority rules. We got to get Blackout Josh next week. Yeah. I
was
like
acting like a Karen who was trying to swap seats with someone in first class and didn't want to be like totally obvious about it.
dude. I'm not gonna call Josh a Karen because he was drunk as hell, but if he was doing that sober, it'd be a Karen move. Like I wouldn't even.
Fair.
But he was drunk.
Brad,
So
you drinking a Blue Moon over there?
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
I got Bud Light.
Guys,
wait.
say bye to Hunter.
I got a Bud Light.
Bye, Hunter.
Bye,
Bye, Hunter.
We love you.
Not as much as Josh, but we love you.
I hope not as much as me. That's a little weird, Matt.
I just feel like I should put it out there.
No, we love Nala though. Nala girls.
We do love Nala just as much. That's true. Where's Nala? That's what
So
really
I
matters.
guess if we're gonna start targeting people in certain stories, then maybe I should go with this one.
Oh, here we go.
So let's see. What was it? First, no, it was probably spring semester last year. Oh, careful there, no. It was probably spring semester last year, and so I was kind of at that stage where I was back and forth between drinking and not because I didn't know if I was going to end up driving. And at the time, I wasn't driving as much, or at least I wasn't going out and drinking. So this was one of the nights that I said that I was going to drink. So then all of us went out, being Matt, Ben, and me. Okay, so we all go out. We all start to drink, and then we all, start to get fucked up, like we do. And so I assume we probably went to Chavez that night, and I texted Hunter, and I was like, hey, we're going to Chavez first, and then can you please pick us up? Ben, I know you know exactly where this is going.
Yeah, you were targeting. Now I know. Once you said Chavez and Hunter, I knew exactly where you're going.
It took me a second. I know where you're at now.
I can target Matt though after this. So
now there we go. You can target.
It's gonna be, dude. It's a targeting party. Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
All right.
Sean Payton.
It's a targeting party.
Hi, sweetie. What are you doing?
I know.
All right, go. Keep going.
Okay, so then we're at Chavez. I text Hunter. I say that we're going to Chavez first. We're gonna eat, and then I'll be over to, and then I'll have you pick us up. So I text her to pick us up. She comes on over, and so we're pretty much like drunk off our asses and everything. And
there was an event going on, right? It was just a random night.
No, it was a random Friday, and we just decided to get activated.
Yeah, exactly. And so she ends up coming to pick us up, and I think that we're all fine. But then we start driving and everything, and then how far do we get, Ben?
We get to about Neely.
Due east.
To Neely.
Yeah.
Okay. So we get
So we got about halfway.
Yeah, it's about a 5-minute trip, and it took us it was about 3 minutes, and then apparently I was too drunk to even like know what was going on, and then Hunter apparently hears Ben just start to like hurl a little bit like into his hand. He's like, I cannot puke into Hunter's car right now. I just can't do it. And then all of a sudden, Hunter hears Ben doing breathing exercises so that he doesn't throw up. And Hunter's like, I gotta get to the house now. I cannot have him throw up in my car. And didn't you roll down the window too then?
Yeah. Yes, he did. Because, for the record, I was in the back seat right next to him, so I was witnessing all of this happen. And I didn't see the puke in the hand right away, but I saw the breathing exercise. I witnessed it take place, and then all of a sudden, I just see the window come down, and I'm like, oh no, here we go.
I don't even remember opening the window. I thought I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you popped the window open at least.
Needless to say, Ben ends up throwing it up into the car twice. And then he's like, starts to apologize like this whole time and everything. And he starts offering, he's like, hey, can I please like do something to clean it up? Can I at least like pay for like some type of service to take care of it and everything. I'm like, Ben, don't even worry about it. Thinking that I'm going to be the one to clean it up. This is like 4 a.m. Whenever I get drunk, I get so tired, man. We're not going to go to one of those stories. Let's not talk about one of those stories. And
I had a good one for that.
I go upstairs and basically just straight up pass out. And then Hunter's cleaning the car like all night long up to her standard. And so, yep.
So wait. Ben, just to clarify, you just suddenly had food poisoning that night, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
It was all the chavas.
Yeah.
Hey, can I just say, the real MVP of that night was Hunter. She had to deal with it all. So, shout out Hunter.
Now.
Shout out Hunter.
Shout out Hunter.
She's not here right now, but she's here in spirit.
Hey, she's here. She's number one on the field and number one in our hearts.
All right.
Anybody else got more targeting before I go?
Well, I was going to say, Ben, you said you were ready to target me, so let's go. I'm ready for it, baby.
Brad and Matt remember this story because they were both there. Down in Louisville, when I was down in Louisville this past summer.
Okay. Okay.
No,
yep, I think I know where you're going.
Wait, was it Brad or was it when Josh?
It was Josh. It was
Josh's weekend.
Yes.
Because Brad, you came down when Colin came down. Yeah. But I think you know the story.
No, I came down with Colin too. I came down twice. I came with Colin and I came with Josh.
I was gonna say, I feel like we went down a lot more than what we actually think we did.
I went down twice. I was there twice.
I know that I was just there once, but
I didn't go at all.
Wow, Mason, you're just not cool enough. Anyway.
Okay, no, Matt, you went with me and Colin when I first went before I actually moved down there.
Yes.
Brad was there my last weekend when Colin came.
Can I ask you real quick? So do you guys remember whenever you first went down and everything, and like you went down with Colin and Colin ended up getting like the flat tire and everything?
Colin didn't get a flat tire.
Colin didn't get a flat tire.
Flat tire one time. You had a friend, Ben, who got a flat tire on one trip. What was it?
On one trip, I had a
what
friend.
Was it and who was it? I think it was like a Kia Soul or something like that.
Kia Soul.
Those bars. It was kind of fish.
I have a friend that has a Kia Soul, but he never came. I never went on a trip with him.
Okay, then what? Somebody went on a trip with somebody, and I'm pretty sure it was Matt, Ben, and then one of your friends. And I
think
thought
Josh is the one that went on a trip by himself. You know,
maybe.
Oh no! Did Colin get a flat tire on the way to Muncie to pick us up?
Yeah.
In the Bronco.
The
orange Bronco.
Yes.
Okay. I forgot that I think he got a flat tire on the way to Muncie to pick us up.
That's right.
Yeah. That was it.
But anyways, no, that was before I moved down to Louisville. That was when we just went for the weekend. But no, this is when Matt and Josh came down for a weekend.
I already know.
We went out to the bars.
Yep, I already know where you're going. I already know where you're going. Hey,
so
you
went
were
out to
for the record, I'm going to let you tell the story, but the moral of it, you were just as bad by the end of the night. All right.
I definitely was. I'm not saying I wasn't. I'm just saying. Anyways, we went to multiple. Where did we go? We went. What?
Can we talk about the bush at the end of the night too?
Yeah.
We have to.
So
you'll see.
We went,
you'll hear.
It was about what, a 20-ish minute walk? 25, 30, somewhere around there. Somewhere in between 20 and 30 minute walk. We went to a strip. It's called, I always forget what the street is called, but it's a big strip, like about a mile long, not even a mile long. So it's a decent amount.
My strip only lasts about 3 minutes.
What's that?
What?
There's probably a good like 10 to 15 bars along the strip. I don't even care, Mason. And we went to only 2 bars throughout there. We went to like a kind of like a dive bar down by a mall, which was all right, but we played some pool, had a couple drinks. Those nachos were fucking ginormous.
I was gonna say we had a big ass tray of nachos at that fucking.
They were fucking ginormous.
It was ridiculous.
So good.
It was good.
Delicious.
There's no way 3 men were gonna finish that.
True.
But anyways, we played a couple rounds of pools. And had those nachos, had like 3 or 4 drinks. Then we decided, all right, that's it for that bar. It was all right, but nothing, like spend the whole night at. So then we walked back. That bar was the farthest place that we would walk. So we started walking back, and we saw a couple bars on the way up there that we might wanted to try out. So we go there. They both have covers. I think O'Shea's had like a $5 cover, and then I forgot what the other place was called. Had like a $10 cover or something like that. So we decided we'll go back to O'Shea's and just do that. So went there, found my favorite beer so far of all time that I got everyone else hooked on.
Let's go, baby. Those KBBAs, baby.
So we
Kentucky
went
Bourbon Barrel Ale.
Let's go.
I wish I had one.
Really think it was gonna be O'Doul's. I don't know.
No. But anyways, so we had at least another. These Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ales, the KBBAs, they're 8.5% or something like that. So they're pretty thick. So we had like 4 or 5 of those, and we're knocked off our ass. So after that, we had that, and we started walking home. And to get back to my place, I wasn't in the safest of all areas. So to get back to it, we had to go through the area where there's a lot known of homeless people. So there's a corner. We were probably about like a block or 2 from my house, but we all really need to go bathroom. So we stop at the corner, and it's a fenced in like property, and has bushes like at the corner.
One big bush.
One big bush that covered like the whole corner on both sides. So we stop and go back from there, and we spread out on each side just so we could watch each other's back because of how many homeless people were in the area. So we do that.
I was going to say, the moral of the story is there's this big ass bush. Well, it's not the end of the story. Believe me, there's more. But this part of the story, there's a big ass bush, and me, Ben, and Josh are all spread out around this bush, just peeing into this bush because that's how drunk we were. It was a good time. Yeah. Keep going.
So, anyways, we start walking back to my place, and like I said, it was only a block or 2 away left. So we get all the way there. Then we get inside. I think I threw up right away. Right? I threw up pretty much right as we got in there. Because then, did we keep drinking? I don't remember.
God, no.
No?
I definitely
Didn't we want to watch a movie or something like that?
Yeah.
We stayed up for a little bit.
We started watching something.
We did.
Oh, we started watching some. I got home and threw up right away.
Yep.
And then we started watching some. I went into my bed. It was like a little studio apartment. Not even a studio. It was more like a condo. And I went into the bed. Matt had his air mattress, and Josh had my couch, my pull-out couch. It was a weird couch. Anyways, so I go to bed. I think they're still watching this movie or whatever. I think they shut it off. Next thing I hear, Matt gets up from his air mattress. Doesn't decide to go to the bathroom. He goes outside.
Yep.
And throws up all into my concrete.
Oh, yeah.
Right outside my front door.
Yep.
I think that was there for like a week or 2 before it went away.
Hey, I had
there for a while.
I had to leave my mark in Kentucky, bro. I feel like I achieved that by fucking puking outside your house.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that story.
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It felt so good once I did it, though. I puked twice that night, by the way. So I blew up my air mattress. I laid down, and as soon as I laid down, I was like, bro, something's wrong. Like, I gotta puke right now. And at that point, you were in the bathroom puking. So I was like, well.
Oh, no, yeah, that's what it was.
I was like, okay, bathroom's out, so I'm not going to go puke in his sink. So the only other logical place was outside because I wasn't going to get it in the apartment. So I haul ass outside, and I pull Trig. And I pulled Trig big time on his patio, and I felt bad in the moment. But then I got up after doing it, and I was like, bro, that felt really good. So, but then I get back inside, and I lay down again, and I was like, nope, gotta puke again. But by that point, Ben was already knocked out, already in his bed, so the bathroom was open. So the second time I made it into the bathroom, and I puked for a second time in the bathroom, and then finally passed out for good. So
That was a good weekend, though.
It was a good weekend. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a fun weekend. Josh was a trooper. He didn't puke at all that weekend. I was shocked. He was a guy.
That was, yeah.
All right,
So-
who's targeting next?
I think actually we probably got to start moving on. I don't actually have a
Yeah.
watch with me, so I don't know where we're at. But
We only
I
have
think,
47 minutes, actually.
About 45 minutes in.
I was gonna say we're only
okay,
at
so we
45.
probably got one more time for one more story. Matt, you said you had one you wanted to talk about.
Oh man. Oh, I was gonna say I got one that targets Brad, but I wasn't even there for it, so I don't know how logical the story's gonna be. I just remember hearing about it and laughing my ass
You
off.
just have to be there to tell.
Story is right how long it is, too.
Oh, I was gonna talk about that one night when Brad was with a certain friend of ours for her birthday party, and they went to a certain bar, and Brad was in one place, then he toppled onto another place.
Oh, I was there.
Yeah,
I
Mason,
can tell this
Mason
story.
can
I
say
was
it.
there.
You can tell this story. Go ahead.
I do.
Okay.
I do
I
know
don't-
this story.
I
So
think I know the story.
at the time,
No.
me
Oh,
and
you-
Brad were the only two that were 21. Okay.
Mhm.
And so our
Jeez, you
friend,
guys are old.
not my Olivia, not my fiance Olivia, but our other friend Olivia, was turning 21. And Brad was single at the time, and I was dating.
Oh no, I thought we were
Moving?
just talking about the chug portion of this.
Oh well, I was just gonna talk about the whole thing, but we can talk about the chug portion if you want.
I'd rather talk about the chug portion.
Okay, so skip ahead. You know, me and Brad decided we were gonna take Olivia and her friend out for their birthday, or for Olivia's birthday. You know, so we're sitting at the chug and we're playing Pong up on the stage. All right, so we're just doing our thing, whatever. Well, Brad goes to sit on the edge of the stage, and next thing I know, Brad's fucking on the floor on like under the stage, like.
So for a little bit more context, the chug kind of has an elevated stage area where they have some karaoke nights. They usually put the pong tables there.
Yep.
We were used to a long pong table, and they had just kind of a basic plastic fold-out table. So my idea of, okay, I need to hit this cup was, well, I'm already too short. I need to back up. So I started leaning on the railing to try and throw the ball. And leaning on the railing turned into flipping over the railing. And I got up as fast as I could and immediately looked, because I was like, okay, well, I'm about to get kicked out. And they didn't see it. I don't know.
No, I saw it, but well, and then from there, after that, Brad's back's fucking killing him because he just fucking fell off the thing. He's trashed, so we go to Jimmy John's while we're waiting for our Uber. Brad fucking falls asleep on me, like on me. I have a picture of him, and I'm
This
sitting
is-
there just like, oh, poor Brad, and he's like passed out on my fucking chest.
This is the same Jimmy John's I had to run and find Josh from.
Yeah. It's the
This
same
is the
one.
same Jimmy John's that I took.
I had to make sure I point that out.
Is that all you had with it? Because there's more to that story.
There is plenty more to that story, but that's all I'll tell. That's it.
I was gonna say I could talk about the next part of it. So I played some club sports in college, and one of those was dodgeball. And we had a dodgeball tournament the next day at OU, which is about a 4-hour
forgot
drive
about
from
that.
Ball State.
That was the next day, wasn't
I
it?
forgot about
Yeah,
that.
it was the same night. Yeah, it was a rough night to say the least.
Yeah.
Where was
Well-
that again?
Huh?
Where was the tournament at?
OU, Ohio University.
Ohio. Okay.
Not
Which
the
is-
Ohio State.
Not
but
Ohio.
No.
Not the one
OU.
I'm at.
Right. OU is southeast of Ohio, so opposite end of the state of Indiana.
Yeah.
And so I wake up the next day in the car already, and the sun's just pelting my eyes. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking I'm just kind of making a joke. I'm like, oh, is it morning already? And one of the dodgeball guys is like, don't even talk to me right now. Apparently, we had to leave at like 5 a.m, and I kept going up to my bedroom to try and fall back asleep. Like, oh no, I'm not gonna be able to play. Just leave without me. And they kept carrying me down the stairs to the car to make sure that I would go to the tournament. It was, yeah. There is a photo of me where I am sleeping on a wall like a sloth would.
Oh.
That was a rough tournament to say the least.
Can I add my insight to that story though, as a guy who was non-21, so I couldn't, actually like be there in person.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in a house where this girl lived, where our friend Olivia lived, and I'm there with a couple other people who were just hanging out because we weren't 21. And the entire time, like, as all of this is unfolding, I'm getting Snapchats from Mason being like, dude, Brad just fucking flipped over the stage. Dude, Brad's passed out at Jimmy John's. And he sent me the picture that he saved. I was losing my mind in the house, and everybody else there was like, dude, what's going on? And I was like, my boy Brad, he's in a rough spot right now. As a guy that couldn't be there to witness it, I'm a little sad I didn't witness it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish I did. I wish I was old enough at the time to actually witness it.
It's okay. We've witnessed Brad pass out plenty of times.
That's true. That is true.
Well, I guess on that note, if Mason wants to go scorched earth, I think it's a good time to go into the next segment. As the host of our drink for this week, we have kind of decided that we want to talk about stuff that is really going to irritate Mason. And we're going to try and see how much of a rise we can get out of him. So if anyone wants to go ahead and start, I am all ears for this right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever segment of What Pissed Mason Off This Week. Mason Smith, you have the floor. Let's get rolling, baby. I'm ready for this.
So we'll start with just the one that everybody here wants to hear, and then you guys can try to piss me off even more if you want.
Well, that won't be difficult, but okay.
So, today, me and Olivia, we were going to make dinner. We weren't even going to order dinner, okay? And we leave Target, and we're like, well, it's already late. The dinner's going to take like an hour and a half. We might as well just order food. It's like, okay, cool, makes sense. And I don't like drive-thrus usually, so I wasn't going to go to the drive-thru. I was like, I'll just DoorDash it when we get home, whatever. Well, so I DoorDash McDonald's. It's 5:30, okay? It is 5:30 exactly when they confirm my order. All right? So I'm sitting at home, and we turn on an episode of Game of Thrones, Well, an hour goes by, and it says my Dasher is still sitting at fucking McDonald's. And I'm like, well, that's odd. And so the app says, wait until 6:39, and then we'll give you an update, And I'm like, okay, whatever, fine, cool. So I wait till 6:39, and I click on the same thing, the like help and what's my ETA sort of thing. And it's like, well, it looks like you've been delayed by 56 minutes. You should probably text your Dasher. And I'm like, well, thanks, fucking genius. And so I text the Dasher, and I'm like, hey, just is everything okay at the restaurant? Is it extra busy or anything? Can you give me an update? It's been an hour, and I just want to know if I'm getting my food. Nothing. Let me tell you. What did I say this dude's name was? I texted.
Oh, don't say his name. Don't say his name.
Oh yeah, driver.
Don't say the name.
Driver.
No, I'm looking because I want to know it while I'm saying all of this, so that way I can like.
Hey, we'll call him Driver X for reference. Driver X.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. I don't know what the fuck happened, but our boy Craig, who's recording all this, dipped on us in the middle of that. I don't know exactly when it cut out of the story, but Josh said that it cut out around the time that I left So we're gonna just continue to embrace the chaos and roll on. I'm gonna finish the story, and then during the break there, Brad got really excited about something that's gonna piss me off. I have a really bad feeling about what it is, and I'm not happy about it. I haven't looked because Brad told me not to because he wants to see my reaction. I've got a really bad feeling about this, but anyway.
Do you want to finish your story, or do you want me to just say it right now?
No, I'm gonna finish my story first. Just
okay, finish your story.
Almost at the end. We're almost to the end of it. So, basically, we left my house because of the DoorDash driver, not showing up. I canceled my order. I got my credits back, but then everywhere had a wait of upwards of an hour. So, we leave the house. We go out, and we're driving down 40 where I live. And I'm looking at all the restaurants. There's not a fucking soul in any of the parking lots. No one, nothing. And I'm like, why is there an hour wait for all these fucking restaurants if nobody's there? And we get to the same McDonald's. Oh,
Brad's gone. Oh God, I'm concerned. I'm scared now. I'm not happy about it.
Right,
was that supposed to piss Mason off?
No. That was for me to fix my camera.
Okay.
Whoa.
But
I can see everyone now.
We are driving to the McDonald's where the DoorDasher had been sitting for an hour waiting on my food, and guess what? There's nobody fucking there. So I get my fucking food and I go home, and I finally get to eat, an hour and a half later. After I already spent the money, I mean, I got it back. It's DoorDash credit, so next time I DoorDash, great, I can fucking use $40. But damn, man.
Nice. Would you say it pissed off this week?
I would say that pissed Mason off this week.
I would say
Okay,
so.
well, Mason, I got some bad news for you. So I'm the only one who I think records on their phone, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means I see occasional notifications come down. And I got a breaking news that just came down.
Uh-oh.
Indianapolis Colts hired Jeff Saturday as full-time head coach.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Hey, I told you Jim had a plan, baby! I told you it was gonna happen! Brad, let's go! High five! Yes! Oh
Mason, look up. How you feel right now, bud?
I feel like you're lying because I don't see it anywhere.
I find it hard to believe because
I
would
don't-
have gotten the notification. It did not happen. I would have
see it
gotten the
anywhere.
notification.
No, it didn't actually happen.
Okay.
I just want to get a reaction.
But that's exactly
you
what I thought you were going to
bastard.
say. And so I was like, as soon as I heard you say it, I'm like, I'm fucking scrolling. I'm looking. I had to find out.
I would say I would have gotten notification for rap sheet at some point, and I did not see any notification rap sheet.
Brad,
I will say though, huh?
No, go ahead.
I was planning that from like noon today as my like this is going to make Mason lose his mind.
No,
I'm not
I
gonna lie,
was literally, my heart was pounding that whole time because I was like, I need to finish this story so that way I can actually check my phone to see if Brad's fucking with me. And
Brad, I'm not gonna lie, you got my hopes up, dude, because I've been telling Mason for days now that Jim Irsay is gonna pull a fucking fast one and actually hire Jeff Saturday. So when you said that, that's why I got as stoked as I did, because I was like, dude, did I just prove Mason wrong? Like, did it happen?
I already got enough bad news. Fucking this guy over here said this week that he's not retiring. He's going to play another season.
Oh, let's go. Hey, Matt Ryan, baby.
He's
Matty
not going
Ice.
to play for us. We're going to cut his ass, but still.
I was gonna say.
He said he's going to play another season. It's like, dude, just go.
Just retire, bro.
Go, man.
So
Tom Brady retired, and he's 10 times the quarterback you are right now.
Facts.
Just go. Just go. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love you. I love you, Matt Ryan.
But get off our team.
Just go.
Hey, Tom Brady, the quarterback of my fantasy team for the
Go
past 2
Steelers.
years. Great last year, awful this year. Like, Tom, you picked the wrong time to retire. You should have retired last year. Like
That's
last year would have been your
He
pinnacle.
did retire last year.
He
He
did.
just came back.
And
Same
then he
day.
came back, and now he retired again. And part of me thinks he's going to be like, hey, screw you guys. You thought I was done for good? Nah, fam, we back, baby.
What was
It's
the
like,
day?
I would have known this was his fantasy season. I wouldn't have had him as a keeper.
We going to fantasy talk now? Are we that quick with?
Well, I don't know.
No. We still got to irritate Mason some more.
I got a question later. I got a question later for the fantasy / sports.
I
talk.
felt like there was more that pissed Mason off this week, and I was ready to hear about it.
Yeah, I sent you guys that post about the scientists that are trying to bring back fucking woolly mammoths and
Oh yeah.
dodo birds.
yeah.
I'm like, there's a fucking reason they went extinct, bro. 1. And 2, have you guys watched Jurassic Park? Never fucking ends the way you think. So why would we do it?
But I mean, at least it's dodo birds and woolly mammoths. I know that like their
Okay.
next step is gonna
Okay.
be dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But
But like,
Could you imagine?
you're gonna tell me right now that it wouldn't be cool to like go to like a zoo or something and see a woolly mammoth. I feel like
I am
that.
going to tell you that because
Burst
my ass.
through the zoo.
I'm sitting there thinking, man, if they can bring back an extinct species,
Then they can bring back Andrew Luck.
no, that was mean. Now we got a topic. All right, go ahead, Mason.
Sorry.
That was
I'm
perfect. That was.
I'm sorry. It was a fastball down the middle. I'm sorry. Mason, keep going. I'm sorry.
I just had like war flashbacks. Sorry.
That was a 4-seamer.
So,
that was a 500. That wasn't even a 400. That was a 500 down the middle.
I am in fact wearing my luck jersey.
I know, I saw that. At first, I was kind of like, what jersey is that? But since it was 12, I only had one guess. But I was
There's only one
that a
quarterback
Colts
that's ever
jersey,
worn
though?
the number 12, and it's Andrew Luck.
Tom Brady.
You're right. It is Andrew Luck.
It's Andrew Luck. I don't know anybody else.
Tom.
Is that a Colts jersey though?
Yeah.
It's just like a. Okay.
I thought it was his Stanford jersey for a second.
Well,
No,
first
that's
I
my
thought it
girlfriend.
was.
All right. This is.
It's my bootleg one that I spent like $40 on.
Hell yeah. You gotta love that. Honestly, the bootleg shit is the best shit sometimes.
It is. I've got a Vinatieri one too.
A bootleg one?
Yep, it's a
hell
bootleg Vinatieri one. It's one of the like support the troops ones, so it's got the camouflage number and shit.
Oh, hell yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, there was a bootleg Derrick Henry jersey that I was thinking about buying for like $60.
I'm telling you.
I was
I'm
like,
telling
you know,
guys, DH Gate. When we go to get these Niner jerseys, instead of spending $120, you go to DH Gate, spend $20.
facts.
I've seen pictures of them. As long as you get them from a seller that has multiple sales, we're golden.
Okay. But
You got to get a Pat McAfee one now.
I do. I've been thinking about it.
Oh.
You do gotta get a Pat McAfee.
I've been thinking
one.
about getting a Pat McAfee one for like 2 years
since he was 5.
since he jumped in the canal, allegedly.
Allegedly. Hey, you know, he did say from that moment when Peyton Manning called Red 18, it was that moment that said, hey, if Peyton said to jump, he was going to jump.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he ended up in that
He
canal.
ended up in the canal.
Okay. But could you imagine if I just slapped you on the ass and just called a number and that happened? I would like, if somebody did that to me, I mean, I would not be ballsy enough to put all of my money over on that. Like,
So-
unless it's the sheriff. You're right, but
Yeah. Now, I have a question that kind of pertains to so what's worse? Pat McAfee allegedly jumping in the canal, or the lady who actually got caught on camera this winter during that like really cold weekend driving on the canal?
oh,
Oh, man.
Driving on the canal without a question.
I was gonna
It's not even close. I can tell you right now, that canal is like 12 feet wide at most. Like, she had to be doing some Tokyo Drift type shit if she
No.
was really driving on it.
She was
consistently.
driving on it. She said that her GPS took her that way and was having her drive on the canal.
There's no way.
could
Like, you have to go down a flight of stairs to get to it.
Fucking,
Unless
I
she
don't know
like
how she
did
got
some
there.
sort of- unless she did some sort of Fast and Furious backflip onto the canal. I have no idea how she would have gotten there.
Dude, she's in a Jeep. She's in a Jeep. It's an all-terrain vehicle, bro. She gets an exception.
Speaking of Fast and Furious,
hold on.
I've got Olivia to watch the first 3. We're watching the 4th one tomorrow.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
What are you guys watching?
It's different. So, like, Peacock had the first 2.
Okay.
And
'Cause I've been
then
trying to pull everything
HBO has the 3rd one. I don't know what
Just watch the knockoff, Josh.
I was going to say, wait, what was the knockoff one? The knockoff
one. What was it called again?
Super Fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just watch Super
We love the knockoffs.
She has to like know why it's funny though, so we have to watch the others.
I guess
that's fair. That's fair.
Still,
No, Super Fast will be the last one you see.
Yeah.
Just tell her that it's all about family, and that's all she needs to know.
Yeah. But I don't know about you guys. I don't know where you guys rank them. But she, so far, out of the 3 she's watched, likes the first one the most.
Yeah.
Then the 3rd one, and then the 2nd one.
Is third Tokyo?
The 3rd's Tokyo Drift.
I can't
good,
wait till you guys get to Furious 7, because that one gets me every time.
They all get me, man.
Okay, the first 3 are good. After that, it's...
No, I love them all. The second one, I didn't know how bad the second one did on Rotten Tomatoes until we were like looking at it. 38%.
Yeah.
Great.
And it's
I have to look them up now because actually see what the order is.
Yeah,
I will say
for so long.
I will say Tokyo Drift is probably, outside of Furious 7, Tokyo Drift is probably my favorite one.
See, I love them. I love all of them. I don't care what anybody says. I know the 2nd and 3rd ones are like bad movies overall, but fuck, man, I could sit down and I could watch them 10 times a day and I'd be happy.
Easily.
It's like what would you rather watch? One of the Fast and Furious movies or Kung Fury, you know? Remember Kung Fury, Mason? That was
I remember that.
Okay, Kung Fury is not the worst movie out there.
Looking at the order.
No. You can't tell me Kung Fury is worse than the Emoji Movie or Wreck-It Ralph 2. You cannot change my mind on that.
You guys just mentioned in the span here 2 movies from freshman year that had so Kung Fury makes me think of Becca because that's who we watched it with.
Oh god.
And then the Emoji Movie, Bradley, you don't even know this, but the night that I found out that Caitlin actually like was into me, we were watching the Emoji Movie and she made me turn on a different movie because she didn't want to kiss me for the first time watching the Emoji Movie.
Oh my god.
Dude, that would have been so funny.
I know. I wish she did it.
Bro, add it to the list.
That's what I'm saying. It would have been so much better. She made me turn on Doctor Strange, and then I missed fucking watching Doctor Strange. I'm like, I actually wanted to watch that movie. Damn.
Oh man.
Going back to the Fast and Furious movies. The first 4 are actually good, and then the other ones I can care less about. Like they're alright. I watched them all, but they're like, it got too action packed and not more, like Fast and Furious.
Yeah, there's not enough about family.
You just care
not enough about family.
Care about the family. That's all it is.
Yeah, but obviously the one where Paul Walker rides off in the sunset, obviously that one's going to be.
That's what I'm saying. Furious 7 hits hard every single time, dude. It just
been a long day.
Without you, my friend.
Oh god.
And I'll tell you all about it.
When I see
that song is bad.
Bradley.
I will stand by it. I don't.
Bradley.
Nope. I said what I said.
He's not about family.
Brad's not about family. That's just what.
No, the tribute to Paul Walker was good, but that song is really bad.
It's not my favorite song. It's definitely not my favorite. But
it's my favorite. Well, listen, it's got one of the most. Listen, that piano intro hits, and as soon as that piano intro hits, you know exactly what song it is.
That's true.
That to me is a good song. When you know exactly what it is every time you hear it.
Wait, the intro is literally Puth saying it's been a long day. You don't have time for a piano intro.
Dude,
no?
The piano intros the song. The first thing you hear in the song is piano.
It's been a
Hey, turn it off. We don't want to get
I
copyright.
was gonna say, yeah, get out of here with that.
We can't get copyright claims.
Anyway,
Anyways, Matt was
anybody
right.
else want to
There's
try to
piano
piss me
instrument.
off, or are we ready to do sports talk?
I feel like if we do sports talk, we might still run into pissing Mason
Pissing
off.
me off? Yeah, because I know I'm going to talk about something that's going to piss me off.
I was gonna say, I got a good. First off, if we're officially moving on to our new segment, sports talk, the embracing the chaos version, I got a good one, and I mean I can start it off because I feel like it'll be a pretty quick topic. Kyrie Irving officially requesting a trade from the Brooklyn Nets before the trade deadline hits. How are we feeling about it, fellas?
Well, they've got 5 days.
True.
Got 5 days.
They're what, second, third in the East?
Something
And
like that.
Kyrie wants to be gone before the trade deadline. So
Yeah.
realistically, he'll be traded in 3 or 4 days. Realistically,
The Nets are a joke. Anyway.
He's
Hang on.
quit from KD. He's quit from the Boston Celtics. He's quit from everyone.
Facts. Does that mean
Guys, it's so obvious. He has exactly 2 trade candidates. He has San Antonio and he has Miami. It's the only places close enough to the equator where he could prove his flat Earth theories.
Oh my
I was
god.
wondering where you're going because I'm like, San Antonio, they're not even in the freaking running.
Dude, Kyrie to the Bulls? Question mark.
That's too far north.
You're right. Kyrie.
As I said, he's going from one major- he's not going from New York to Chicago.
True. That'd be funny if he did though.
Serious question though.
Kyrie to the Pacers though?
Nope.
Yeah.
We're good. We're golden. We're good. We got our guys.
But what if you had Kyrie though?
Doesn't fucking matter. I'm good.
I don't remember if
I've got my all-star Tyrese
yesterday.
Halliburton.
I don't remember if it was today or yesterday, but you guys know what I'm talking about. If Joe Mixon was actually arrested.
They dropped the charges this morning.
I was
I
gonna say,
know. I'm saying if he actually was, what would you get? Would Samaje Perine be a keeper? Do you think?
No.
I think
No. No.
Well, hear me out. I think Samaje Perine is a better runner than Joe Mixon.
Really now?
I think he's a better runner. I think he's more athletic, but at the same time, he's not a keeper in the case that Ben could grab him in round 3 rather than trying to keep him for whatever.
Not as much to the keeper. Like, do you think would he go off now that he's a first RB1?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't like it.
I would say yes if it was on any team but the Bengals, but they are so pass heavy
Yeah.
that
Their O-line is also just weak.
it's better
In
when they're
terms
not
of-
hurt.
It was better this year, which is surprising.
But
But when you're missing 3 starters, it's like
That's true.
Like,
Maybe
they-
that's a valid point. They were missing starters on the line.
yeah.
Yeah, but that still doesn't change the fact that they still have holes in their O-line. They need that.
well now while we're talking about the Bengals, who's getting T. Higgins?
The Steelers.
Is he a free
Fair
agent?
down.
No,
Yeah.
No.
So he's got 1 year left on his deal, but there was a report that came out today that they could trade him because he's asking for a lot more money than they want to pay because they also had to pay Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Hey man, all I'm saying, I doubt T. Higgins will watch this, but like T, you'd look real good in that navy blue and orange, son.
That's one that I've seen.
Come on over.
So
Come on over.
I saw a thing. So it's a 2-parter. Okay, so the Bears trade next year's first for T. Higgins. Okay,
Okay,
then you trade down this year with the Texans. Okay,
Uh-huh.
you get whatever you're going to get from them, so that way they
AKA
hop up to the 1 and they get whoever their guy is. Okay.
AKA, we're getting Will Anderson or Jalen Carter.
Hold on. You trade back again from 2 with either the Colts or the Panthers. So if you trade back with the Colts
at 4. If we
I was
traded
gonna say,
with
trade back with the Colts, you get more picks and still either Jalen Carter or Will Anderson.
Either way, that sounds great, man.
You trade back to 9 with the Panthers, okay?
Both those guys would be gone by 9.
They'd be gone, but you get multiple first-round picks to go from 2 to 9, okay? You're getting you're getting 9. You're getting probably a future first, and then maybe another second or 2 more seconds, something like that.
Plus T. Higgins.
To go up that much, they're going to have to give up a lot. Okay? And then at 9, you take Jackson Smith and Jigba, and you get T. Higgins. So you got T. Higgins, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Darnell Mooney, and Chase Claypool as your receiving core.
I feel like that's it. Honestly, I feel like that's a core that could do some damage. Realistically. Like, if Darnell stays healthy and, the rest of the T. Higgins, we already know T can show up. I feel like if the rest of the boys stay healthy, I feel like that's a core that could step up. But realistically, if we could get that core and stay at 4 with the Colts and still get Will Anderson or Jalen Carter out of the deal, I feel like that's an overall win right there, baby. Like, I almost said Ryan Parrish, who's not there. If I was Ryan Poles, I would say. If I was Ryan Poles, I'd say maybe trade down to 4. If we could land T. Higgins, guess what? We got $90 million in cap space coming up this year. So if T wants a trade, we could probably trade for him.
Exactly, you could trade for him and give him the extension he wants.
So if we get T plus land either Anderson or Carter, I feel like that's a hell of a draft right there.
I mean, if I'm T. Higgins, though, I want some place that's going to start fresh if I'm not going to stay with the Bengals. So I'm going either Cardinals or I'm going Texans.
See, if I'm T. Higgins, I want to go somewhere where I'm for sure the number 1 receiver.
A.K.A. Chicago.
You don't think the Texans are going to be that place?
Brandon Cooks is still there.
The Cardinals trade D-Hop.
Aren't the Cardinals trying
They still got Hollywood Brown, though.
Mason has a good point. Brandon Cooks is still in Houston, so Brandon Cooks would still be considered the one there.
No, T. Higgins is so much better than Brandon Cooks.
He is, but there is an argument to be made that he would be the favorite target over T. Higgins. If I'm T. Higgins, I want to go somewhere where I'm going to get all the targets.
But why?
And I'm just saying, we all know T. Higgins is better than Darnell, and Darnell is currently our number 1 guy. T. Higgins would easily take over the number 1 spot in Chicago. That's not even a question. We don't have any other receivers. I mean, Chase is solid. Darnell is solid. We don't have any other solid receivers outside of those guys, though. Dante Pettis, he'll probably be gone by this offseason. Velus Jones, if he stays, he's going to be a 3 or a 4.
Velus Jones is fucking jackass.
That's what I'm saying. So...
But isn't he an undrafted anyway?
Yeah.
Velus Jones, I thought, went in like the 3rd round, and it was like a reach for you guys or something.
Dude,
going to reach for the Bears.
My point is, Velus is a 3, maybe arguably a 4 on our depth chart right now. So I would rather have Dante Pettis over Velus Jones, if we're being honest. And Dante's not even going to be a Bear next year, probably. So
this is a lot better than Velus.
I'm so good at this shit. Round 3, pick 71 to the Chicago Bears. Velus Jones.
Velus Jones. Where did he go to school?
Tennessee.
Oh, go Vols! Hey, he's a Vols.
Oh my God.
That's the only reason I knew That's the only reason I knew when he got picked. That's it.
Because he was a Vol. That's why.
He was a Vol. That's it. Speaking of a Vol who's going to go to a really good team, Jalen Hyatt's going to the Bills. Jalen Hyatt to the Bills.
You're locking that in right now?
Bookmark it. Jalen Hyatt to the Bills.
Who's Jalen Hyatt?
Think?
What, Josh? I can't hear you.
You think he dropped that far?
Yes. I think he could go in the 2nd round.
Okay, but to be completely honest, hold on, give me a second. I don't know where my notes went. Oh, I know.
For the record, guys, Josh has notes. He's been sending us notes on the top prospects. In his mind, he's been sending his top 5 prospects, and he has notes.
Okay, But my thing is, I feel like Jalen's definitely the top receiver. I know that you said something about TCU guy Quentin Johnston.
Yeah.
He reminds me of I can't remember who it was, but like a bigger guy that has no hands, and
Like
that's
Deontay Johnson?
Huh?
Huh?
You say Deontay Johnson? Wait, Deontay Johnson is pretty damn small.
I know. It was you said no hands, and I was like,
Okay, that was 2 years ago.
I know, but it was
Deontay
funny.
Johnson has way proven himself past that.
I know, because he had the most like fantasy points without touchdowns of any receiver. Like,
which is pretty crazy too. But I really like Jalen Hyatt and Jordan Addison before I like Jackson Smith.
I like Jordan. I like Zay Flowers is my guy.
Isn't Zay Flowers? Where was Zay at?
Zay Flowers. Where did he go? I can't remember. I just like him a lot. I just watching him.
Yeah,
he's pretty
I
good.
definitely remember looking at him and stuff, but I can't remember.
Zay Flowers, Boston College. That's where he went. He's like Matt Ryan.
So he's not gonna. He's gonna choke.
Yeah.
So, outside of college stuff, I think it was this week that they announced that Sean Payton is going to the Broncos. What do we think of that one?
I think it's a lot better than Nathaniel Hackett, but
I agree.
I mean, I like it a lot more. Russell Wilson needs a different fit, and I think it'll help, especially seeing like the relationship between Sean and Drew. I think it'll work out a lot better.
I was gonna say, if you look at Drew Brees when he was a Charger, to him going to the Saints with Sean Payton and winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Over the Colts.
And
whatever. We beat the Bears.
Say that it was anything because I'm not going to say that Nathaniel was expecting Aaron Rodgers to eventually go to Denver or anything.
I think Denver was expecting to get Aaron
Rodgers. It sure seems like Nathaniel probably threw it all in order to get fired again and somehow get out because he didn't want Russ. Now, I'm not saying that that's what it was, but I wouldn't put it past him either because I don't know.
I think that they just read the script wrong.
Maybe.
So, but if you were a GM for the Broncos, are you really giving up a first and a second for a head coach?
Yes.
For Sean Payton, yeah.
Yep. Name one time that a team traded for a head coach and it didn't work.
I can't name a time when a team traded for a head coach other than Sean Payton.
Well, that's my thing. I've never seen a team trade for a head coach. That's a first.
In Mason's defense, you never seen anything work because nothing ever happened.
The only thing I can remember is the Texans tried to get the Patriots offensive coordinator to interview with them with a 7th round pick. The Patriots said no. And so the Texans tried to tamper with him directly, and the Patriots pressed charges.
Here's a really good one that worked. Don Shula was the Colts coach, and he got traded to the Dolphins.
And we all know how that went.
We all know how that goes. Bill Parcells
have at quarterback.
What? Okay, it doesn't matter. Bill Parcells was a Patriot, and he got traded to the Jets.
Okay.
Okay, but for what picks? And also, can you name one that was after the 90s?
Okay. So, Don Shula was a 1st-round pick.
Okay.
Bill Parcells was a 1st, a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 4th.
Jesus. Okay.
When was this trade?
What?
When was this trade?
97.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay, question real quick. And I know that you're going to just completely disregard who's at quarterback, but who was at quarterback whenever Bill Parcells was getting traded?
Bill Parcells?
Yeah.
in the 90s.
When he was traded over there, not
Fuck,
Not
I
after he was
can't
traded.
name anybody but Joe Namath, and that was like way back. So
Okay, but whenever
it didn't. That one didn't work. I'm just.
Oh well, you were saying whenever it worked.
I was just I'm just naming off ones that happened at this point.
Okay,
But-
I was checking to see because I knew Joe Namath was there, but I knew he wasn't there in '97.
Yeah. No, this one.
Nah, dude, Joe played forever. We just don't know it. Joe was there.
Belichick was a Jet, and then the Patriots traded a first, a fourth, and a fifth to get Belichick, and we all know how that one turned out.
Wait, they did?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well,
I thought the story was that Belichick resigned on a napkin.
Nope, they traded it for him.
All right, well, the Patriots won that trade. That's
no doubt about that.
John Gruden.
How'd that work?
The Bucks traded 2 firsts and 2 seconds plus $8 million to the Raiders to get Gruden in 2002.
Yeah, we know how that went.
I was gonna say
He went back to the Raiders anyway, so the Raiders won that one. But
did John check his email? Did John check his email to see if that one went through?
He missed the script too.
Bruce Arians.
Shout out BA. Shout out BA.
The Cardinals traded Bruce Arians to the Bucks for. Well, that one was just for a 6th-round pick, which is crazy to think about now that
he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see today? Aaron Rodgers had not found the script. He was asking while he was golfing where he's going.
He said, "I'm not going to San Fran."
Yeah, he said he's not going to the 49ers, which I was like, hey, to me that means 3 things. It's either A, Devontae was predicting it and he's going to be a Raider. B, he's going to the Jets, where I feel like most people think he's going to go. Or C, he's retiring.
Okay, but the number one fact we already know is he's not going to an NFC team, so we already knew he wasn't going to San Fran.
Yeah.
So that was already expected, but I bet he still plays another year with another team before he decides whether or not he
I've changed my thing now that Tom's retired. I've changed my thing on Aaron. He's going to stay. He's going to stay another year because he doesn't want to get inducted the same year as Tom.
Oh, okay.
Will he play in Green Bay though? That's
probably not. Probably not now.
1-year deal with the Jets.
I was gonna say, well, the Jets didn't have a bad team. They just had a bad offense with Zach Wilson.
Well, the problem
they needed to do.
Imagine Aaron Rodgers running that Jets offense, though. I feel like that'd be good.
Problem I have with him going to the Jets is that he doesn't like to gel with young receivers, and that's all that they have.
But question:
Shell by Christian Watson.
Does Aaron Rodgers have a trade clause or no?
Yep, no trade clause.
Okay.
So he can pick where he wants
to
go.
That,
okay.
So if I'm him, I want to go to the Raiders.
Goes to the Broncos.
Oh, dude.
The 2 highest paid quarterbacks in the league.
Imagine having an offense with Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. There's no chance that works.
Derek Carr's going to the Saints, Jimmy Garoppolo's going to the Jets, and Aaron Rodgers is going to the Raiders. Bookmark that. Remember me in...
You're just hopeful for Derek Carr to the Saints so they go to the Super Bowl, and you're like, Super Bowl predictor over here. What was your score in that game? Let me put it down.
I can't remember. That was like 3 years ago. It was while I was still living in Muncie with you guys is when it happened.
Did you just say it was Red 18?
Now, this is unrelated to the Aaron Rodgers talks that we were having. But did you guys see the report that Todd McShay said that Bryce Young is a mini Patrick Mahomes?
Did not.
I didn't see it.
He's fucking mini, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's mini. I don't know about mini Patrick Mahomes.
5'8", 180.
Hey,
that's like Patrick Mahomes when he was in middle school, maybe.
Hey, guy can sling it though.
He can. He's a really good quarterback. He's just too small.
Sling it. Just not in national championship games, apparently. But it's fine. Hey, it's fine. I still roll with the Tide. Just not, they blew it this year, but it's fine.
So, real talk, where's Bennett supposed to go in the NFL draft?
Like third round. 3rd or 4th round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he even going to go now?
Is Bennett even going to go though? That's
Yeah,
I bet you he
He's
gets
got
drafted in
arrested.
the
I forgot
7th
about
round.
that.
I bet you he gets drafted in the 7th round.
No,
the
he'll get
Raiders.
drafted for that.
For
Is
irrelevant.
Stetson Bennett going to be the new Mr. Irrelevant?
He's gonna be a Raider.
No.
He's gonna go to a practice squad.
Could
He'll
you
be a
imagine
Raider. I telling
2
you.
national championships under his belt and he's Mr. Irrelevant?
That's what I'm saying. Like that would be hilarious.
All because
No,
he had
he'll
like, too
probably
much
go.
fun
He'll probably
with
go on like a 4th or 5th now after the DUI or whatever. But
Oh, okay.
He was just celebrating his second
Was
natty.
it a DUI?
it was a
I thought it was
DUI.
just public intoxication.
Maybe it was. Whatever. I
I
don't
don't think he was
I'd say
driving. I think it was just public intoxication.
DWI.
know.
Dude.
Something. Fuck, I
Dude,
don't know.
he's
It's
got.
not better.
I will say,
I'm not
to
saying it's better. I'm just
He
saying I
was
didn't think he
drunk.
driving.
He was drunk. That's all I know.
I thought it was just public intoxication.
It might have been public intoxication, and I might be confusing the whole Hollywood Brown shit where he was going 126.
Hey, to Mason's point though, he's got Raider written all over him.
He's a Raider.
Hey, second off, Stetson, I don't know if you're watching this, but we'd love to have you on the show. Just saying. We'd love to hear. We'd love to hear from you. So reach out to us if you ever
Yeah,
see it.
you're probably the only guy in this year's draft that's actually older than us. So it'd be
Sure.
nice to talk to our elders.
Yeah.
Look at Northeast browser and going, 120 something. Did you guys see? Did you guys actually look at the TikTok I sent you guys earlier?
Which one?
Which one, Ben?
Was it a link? Because I probably didn't.
It was a link, and I don't think any of you guys watched because none of you said anything.
Nope.
So it was a podcast, and they're asking if you could bring any athletes, like
Oh, yeah, I saw it, but I had seen it before, too.
Okay.
Which
So-
I did. Okay.
It was if you could bring any athlete's career back, who would you pick? And this guy picked Aaron Hernandez.
Oh.
And then they were like, oh, yeah, let's just bring O.J. Simpson back, too.
You know who I'd bring back?
And then,
John
and then at
Knox.
the very end, he's like, well, maybe he doesn't kill anybody, and the other's like, maybe he killed more people in this
You
career,
guys are missing the very obvious answer of McNabb.
or Ray Rice, or
Okay.
Michael Vick.
So, a very serious note, who would you bring back?
Who would I
Current day,
bring back?
current day, even if they didn't have, like, an issue, if they didn't, like, retire early or anything like that.
I got a good one.
Back, and who would you want, like, on your
Hold
team?
on.
Whether
Whose
they
career will you revamp, or a player in the past that you would bring back? Because the whole point was someone's career that got cut short.
right. But
Just
I'm just
anyone
saying,
in general.
anybody in general, let's say from your own team. I knew
Oh, I got one.
would say
I got
who-
one. Easy.
Matt, we already know ours.
Okay, Matt, go.
Well, actually, Ben, go first because my answer might be different than yours.
Really?
Okay.
Derrick Rose?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
that wasn't mine, but that's a good one.
Really?
I
That's a
love
good choice.
that. I would bring
Who's
Derrick
yours
Rose
then?
back too. Honestly, I'd bring Johnny Knox back. I feel like that neck injury that kind of ended his career ended it way too suddenly. So for me, Johnny Knox comes back because that guy was a beast when he was healthy.
Johnny Knoxville?
No, I mean it'd be cool to have him too. but-
That was good.
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass.
Brad,
So this was a long time ago. Do you guys remember a Michigan State wide receiver for the Lions? It was literally 2 seasons in a row. His only catch, one of them was a touchdown where he broke his collarbone. He was out for the season. And then the next year, he had a catch and he tore his rotator cuff. It was
Dude,
like back-to-back years.
Dude, I didn't know Kevin White went to Michigan State.
I thought you were going to say bring back the Megatron catch.
I'd bring back Megatron, but he had his things with the Lions, and it seems pretty justified. So
Did you see that he's
I
getting
was
back
just
on
saying the
better
one
terms
catch.
with them, though?
Change the
I
result
did
by
see
one
that, and I'm
catch.
so glad for that because he would be a valuable asset for Amon Ra and oh god, I can't think of
James
his name.
Williams?
Yep.
James Williams.
The
Yep.
one you think that's going to bust, Mason?
Yep.
Yeah,
I didn't say he was going to be a bust. I just said he'd be next year's Gabe Davis.
that's basically
Gabe?
a bust.
Gabe Davis was like wide receiver 30 or something. That's not a bust. That's just
He's
Hey, Gabe Davis was a dog. You can't.
yeah. I was gonna say he's the reason that like I almost beat Spitz that time.
I
And then
will say
Devontae Adams did better.
Megatron is not going to help out Williamson's game in the sense that Megatron was so good at aerial catches and creating space between him and his defender.
You know who he could
Williamson's skill is getting open deep. It's not the same skill set. He's not going to have that transferability.
You know who he could
No.
help? Help T. Higgins when they trade him to the Lions.
You mean when T. Higgins comes to the Bears? That's what
I'm
you
sorry.
mean.
On over him.
That's what you meant to say. It's fine. I understand.
I'm not gonna lie. I really want T to stay in Cincinnati,
I do too.
even though he's
I-
not going to, because they just seem like a good core. I like Cincinnati's team.
absolutely. Cincinnati's a good team. I wish that they could stay that way. Like if I'm being selfish and I just want to see these guys win, fucking tell them all we'll pay you all $20 million a year, and just
No, the team's going to be focused around Burrow and Chase. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
Higgins will probably be gone at some point. Tyler Boyd most likely will be gone at some point.
yeah, he's not great, but he's.
Hey,
Right.
honestly, I could see Tyler Boyd in Chicago. I feel like he would fucking flourish there.
bring back AJ
You
Green.
can see everyone in Chicago.
You're right, baby. You're damn right, son. Bring them all over. Bring them all.
Yeah, Matt Ryan.
How's the Claypool trade?
No. Except that guy.
I
I'll take.
love
Chase Claypool?
Hey, Chase has an off season. Chase has an off season to develop now.
You know who else would have an offseason right now?
First round pick.
Matt Ryan.
Hey, he and Justin, they're gonna sit down. They're gonna get their shit on lock. Chase is gonna be a much different guy next year.
You know who'd be a really good mentor for Justin? Matt Ryan.
Don't say Matt Ryan. Don't say Matt Ryan.
He already did. It's too late.
Hey,
All right,
Justin's the guy in Chicago. I'm sorry. Matt Ryan's not coming to Chicago. Oh,
So
by the
this
way,
episode's-
we also confirmed we're not trading Justin either. So we're not
I
taking
did see
it
that.
back.
I saw that.
So
this episode is going to come out right before the Super Bowl happens.
Yes.
correct.
So I think the most important question we have for sports is who's going to win? Is it going to be Kansas City or Philly?
Eagles.
Ben, we'll go down the line. We'll start with Ben. With the sissy pillow.
Huh?
I was like, Ben, we were going to start with you, and then I saw you holding the sissy pillow, and I was like,
Josh has now over there. My dog's 5.5 hours
Oh,
away.
yeah.
So.
all right, Ben,
Oh.
Super Bowl
Winning
pick.
the Super Bowl.
What I
Ben.
want? I want those jabronis to win. Give me Travis, baby.
Know your role and shut your mouth, baby.
You jabroni.
Wouldn't
You
the
just throw me-
Bronies be the opposite team, though?
I wasn't gonna
Shut up,
say it.
Josh. Give me my
Oh,
moment. Okay.
You were thinking the same
All right,
thing.
hey, Ben's taking the Chiefs. That's all I'm hearing. He's
Yes.
taking Travis and the Chiefs. Brad, you're next.
All right. I mean, I really want the stock market to do well. With that being said, I don't trust the Eagles defense. I don't. I
Really?
think I trust Mahomes and Kelsey and all their wide receivers to get it done. I'm also taking the Chiefs. So as much as it hurts.
Okay. Well, I am a Chiefs guy. The boys know this. I am a Chiefs guy. Whenever we do our team picks, minus the Bears, the Chiefs are always my second pick.
But the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl
That's where I'm going with this.
now.
While I love my boys, Patty Mahomes and Travis Kelsey, to Brad's point, I don't trust their backfield. I think the fact that they're all rookies puts them at a disadvantage, especially when you got Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown running at you. Plus, L'Jarius Sneed, his health's up in the air. We don't know if he's going to play or not. If he doesn't play, they're at a serious disadvantage. So I like the Eagles by 7, man. I think the Eagles take it at the end of the day.
Shut up. Shut your mouth, you jabroni.
Hey, listen, if the Chiefs win, that's great for me. I said I'm a Chiefs guy at the end of the day. I just think realistically, Eagles take it by 7.
Hey Matt, how did it feel being a Chiefs guy today or this fantasy season? How'd that work out for you?
If you looked at Josh's team, it looked pretty good. There's a reason I got Travis Kelce back on my roster, man. It looked pretty damn good to me. Whoever has
wait,
Pat
Ben choked it. I was thinking a different bet. My bad.
Yeah, whoever has Pat Mahomes, is it Olivia Mason?
Yeah, it's Olivia.
Yeah.
Tell her I'm coming. I'm coming. I want him back. So
You should get with Tom.
no, I'm not. I'm not even remotely thinking about that. She's not Kenzie. Okay.
Hey, hear me out, Matt. You offer Derrick Henry for Patrick Mahomes if you want him.
She has Jonathan Taylor.
And then you get Derek from Olivia. That's what.
Mason. That's what I'm hearing.
Running backs don't matter in fantasy.
All right, Sheila.
Yeah, they still matter.
No, they
Only
don't.
if you have receiving backs, though.
Hey, Shua, you're next. Who's winning the Super Bowl? Give me your prediction.
Well, I'm gonna sprinkle in a little bet for you guys because this is what's happening. Super Bowl Sunday, baby. I'm
Lock it in.
I'm locking it in. I'm not gonna do a big parlay or anything, but I'm gonna do this like I did my bet last year, winning $200. Okay.
On the coin toss.
We're throwing in the Eagles. Okay. Eagles Super Bowl champions.
Money line, or are you taking the spread?
Money line. We're just going to take the money line. I don't know what the spread looks like right now.
It's like a 1.5.
I would take the spread for the Eagles because the Eagles will cover. I'm not going to take it, but
I'm not taking it. I'm betting the money line.
yeah.
I need to win.
We're going Eagles, and then we're going A.J. Brown touchdown. Anytime touchdown, baby.
I like that.
That's
like
it.
that.
That's your two-leg parlay. They will win, and he will score. Sprinkling $500 on it, base.
All right. So before
three leg and get Travis Kelce anytime.
All right, hold on. So before Mason picks, Josh and I are riding with the Eagles. Brad and Ben are riding with the Chiefs. It comes down to Mr. Mason Smith. What side are you going with, brother?
Only one of those teams beat the Colts this year. It was the Eagles.
Actually, it was the Chiefs. Oh, no, you're right. The Chiefs did.
Lost the Colts.
Yeah, Chiefs lost to the Colts.
You're right.
Now, that being said, I did point out that the last time that the Colts beat the Chiefs, they won a Super Bowl.
That's true.
But I'm sticking with my gut. The Eagles are winning.
So Mason's riding with me and Josh. All right, let's go, baby. Here we go.
The Eagles are too good in every position to not beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, I saw an interview with Rob Gronkowski earlier today. Our boy Gronk. He made a valid point, which is another reason. He said that the Eagles looked like the most complete team all year, and I agree with that. Like the Chiefs, again, Chiefs guy. Love the Chiefs, love my boys, but they barely found a way. They barely found a way to win, and I'm not going to mention ref ball, but there was definitely a little bit of ref ball in that AFC Championship game. We all know it.
You also got no experience. Jalen Hurts going against Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
But
yeah,
and here, we'll make it more interesting.
You have a Jalen Hurts who's up for MVP going up against a defense that's made up of mostly rookies and L'Jarius Sneed being a 50-50 guy right now. We don't know if he's going to play or not.
Well,
Jalen Hurts could destroy that backfield. We don't know.
This is what I'm going to say is I loved shitting on the Eagles season all year long because they had the easiest schedule of all time.
They did.
And they even had the easiest playoff route to the Super Bowl. But I still think, regardless of the teams that they played, they were the most well-performing team.
Okay. Again, our shit's fucking up. Don't know why that's happening. Didn't happen last week when we were having the worst podcast possible. So I don't know why it's happening now. Hopefully everything's okay when I give it all to Matt.
I will probably fuck it up in post, so don't worry.
You got my claps. You can do it.
We'll see.
To kind of finish out our sports talk, Ben and I both believe the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. Do we want to put a bet on it? It won't be ready for our next recording, which will actually be the Friday before Super Bowl Sunday.
True.
Mhm.
Do we want to put a shot bet on it?
What do you think?
What are we thinking?
A shot on stream.
Shot?
I'll take a shot on stream. I don't care.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, that's pretty easy.
What
Okay.
what-
Whoever loses has to take a shot on the next podcast that we record after the Super Bowl.
Bet.
Shot of-
Well,
Yeah.
I think it should be something to get like a facial expression out of.
Malort.
Every
I'm
group.
not going out and buying Malort. Wait, Josh.
I said Everclear.
Well, here's the thing. Ben can't buy Everclear. He's in Ohio.
Oh, true.
You gotta cross the border real quick. Take it easy, my little Jew.
You gotta
So here's the rule.
I got
Here's the
100
rule.
proof vodka over
Here's
here,
what
all
we're
right?
going. Here's what we're going. The winners choose the drinks for the losers.
Okay. How about we just say it's 100 proof too? 100 proof sounds
Okay.
pretty.
100 proof or
That's fine.
higher.
Yeah, 100 proof or higher.
Cool.
But
Deal?
nothing more than 120.
Deal.
Yeah.
151 is the max.
No,
No,
not if
no, it is not.
take it. We don't need to see his face like that.
I think that's another story for another time.
Yeah.
You don't need to see my face, period. But here I am, baby. Well, before we wrap this up, I just want to say thanks to y'all for watching, tuning in. Hopefully you like what we do, because we're going to keep doing this every week. We have a fun time doing it, just kind of bullshitting and recapping our weeks and just kind of catching up. And I want to say on behalf of all of us, thanks for tuning in and coming on this ride with us. Hopefully we grow our community, we get stronger, we get bigger, and we just keep having fun, you know? Anybody else got some closing remarks?
I just want to go last. I have a good sign-off line. So
All right. Somebody else go.
All right. I'm out. I'm Ben.
Josh on the way out, I guess. And
I guess I'm Matt. Peacing out.
Brad signing off.
I'm Mason, and this has been Embracing the Chaos episode 1. Good night, and get fucked.